everyone, welcome to what's effectively a bonus video this week. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in, and the reason I'm stuck indoors all day is because my boiler's decided to break down. Right as the weather turns colder in the UK, it's packed up. So thankfully it's under warranty. There's somebody coming, but in true British fashion, who knows what time they're going to turn up, just sometime today. Brilliant. So here I am stuck in. It's given me a chance to catch up, to be honest, not just with the housework, so that will get me brownie points later on, but also with just what's going on sort of around the world with motoring and bits and pieces, and in particular Detroit Motor Show. And at the Detroit Motor Show, Nissan have released this IMs concept car. Now, if like me, you watch all these sort of EV related things on YouTube, then you might well have seen the advert before some of the videos. Certainly it's been all over my feed recently, and it shows this lovely looking concept saloon sedan type car with a holographic passenger in it and all these wonderful features that concept cars always have. You can see round corners and goodness knows what else. Forget all that. It's just a concept car. It makes it look flash. But there was a few things from that got me thinking. Now, first and foremost, it's as I say, it's a sedan, saloon, whatever you want to call it. It's a car. It's not an SUV, which was really interesting because everything seems to be SUV at the moment. That seems to be what's selling. Do Nissan see that perhaps the future is going back to a car type vehicle? I don't know. That's just one interesting point. The other thing is the way they've designed it is to have everything, so battery, motors, all the bits and pieces that you would normally find in the front of a car along the bottom, under the floor pan. So it sits up a little bit higher, but what it allows is more room at the front and back. I know there's other companies doing that at the moment. You've got fronts and things, but obviously Nissan are starting to see what others are doing and going along those lines. Still not overly interesting so far. But what it did was it led to a question for me, a question about what do we expect from our cars in the future? Do we want a car to look like a car? At the moment, for me, a good looking car, you know, if I was to say the type of car that really gets me going, that I really like the look of, I would have to look at Aston Martin and some of their new cars that they're offering. I think they look stunning. But is that come about because I've been conditioned to like that kind of car? Or is that forevermore how cars should look? I don't think it is. Cars evolve. We always like something different. So the car itself, this IMs concept, is quite a sleek looking car. Now, if we want to continue on into the future and we want our cars to look like cars, then does that hold back development for something else? So this car's clearly designed for autonomous driving, and they talk about the steering wheel disappearing into the dash and the cabin being a lovely space for people to be. Again, nothing new. We've heard this from other concept cars. But does a car-shaped car lend itself to being the best environment for that to be in? If we're talking about autonomous driving and, let's be honest, car sharing in the future, how much do we put on the physical external structure of the car and how pretty it looks? Or do we actually want something that makes that the internal part of it, where you're going to spend all your time, much better? And if you want that, then we start looking towards pods. And we've seen these, Milton Keynes have got some at the moment. They're just effectively squares on wheels. But do we want that for our cars? Do we want to be going that way? Does it matter that it still looks like a car? And I thought it'd just be an interesting topic to have a debate about. Put some things in the comments, and what are your views? How do you see the future of motoring? First and foremost, do you want to own your own car, or would you rather have something that is shared or leased, or perhaps there's I don't know, like a syndicate of people that come together and 4 or 5 of you own that car because each of you need that car at different times of the day and you have an agreement. So if you don't own the car, how exciting does that car need to look? Do you want it to look like an Aston Martin, or do you just want it to be practical? And what about autonomous driving? Is that something that excites you? Can you not wait to put your feet up in the car, have a good read of something and not worry about how your car gets you from A to B? Or do you want that driving experience? Are you somebody that has to be in control of the car? What would you prefer? Personally speaking, whilst I love driving, whilst I love owning cars, And I love the visual, the picture, the excitement of seeing a car. And do you know what? You'll never lose that excitement of the engine note, what you hear from a car. Certainly, you know, as much as I'm not going back to that, I still appreciate it, and I still love the sound of a real throaty exhaust. But going forward, personally speaking, I cannot wait to have a mode of transport that I can probably subscribe to every month. It will come to my door and pick me up. Whether that'll happen in my lifetime, I don't know. And I don't have to do anything in it. It's my own personal space that takes me from my home to where I want to go. It's available on demand, and I can put my feet up and not worry about driving. And if I need to do 300 or 400 miles, it's no hardship. I can carry on doing what I need to do during the day, whether it's working, whether it's dozing, whether it's just playing around on the internet, catching up on the news, whatever it is. I'm excited by that future, and I hope it comes in my lifetime. I'm not going to hold my breath because there's an awful lot of hurdles to get over yet. But that's my feelings, and it just, as I say, that's it really. It's just a very short video, and I'm hoping it just sparks a few comments, and we can have a discussion about it, because it will be really interesting from my point of view going forward. What do people want? Because I know that my views don't always match those of other people's, and I like technology. I like things moving forward. I don't like living in the past. If there's something new and shiny, I want it. I want to move forward. But as I say, that's not the same as everyone. So pop your comments in. Let's have a bit of a discussion. Hopefully it'll alleviate my boredom for the rest of the day. I'm going to try and put this video straight on now. And yeah, let me know what you think. But for now, I'll be back next week with another video. Normally on a Thursday afternoon, I release them. So that's coming. But yeah, have a good weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.